All right. So, this is, as you can see, Phoenix Wright, a game that I originally played probably over 10 years ago, and I really loved it. There's a lot that I don't remember about the series. I played all three of these that we're going to be playing. There's a lot that I don't remember, but there is a few things that I do. I don't really remember any of the solutions to the puzzles. I don't remember all the characters. I think I remember who all the bad guys are, but that's pretty much it. I don't know how well I'm going to do comparatively, but we'll see. We'll see how well I do with my investigation skills. And this game is also kind of a big reason why I originally wanted to be an attorney at one point, even though a lot of this game is actually, well, the Phoenix Wright series in general is based on a hybridization of the United States legal system and the Japanese legal system into like I said, a hybrid. And this isn't really true to how things are done, which at the time I didn't really know. But it makes for a good game, so. But yeah, I guess that's enough for the intro, so let's go ahead and start. Alright, so yeah. Obviously, we're going to be starting with the first one, which is this one. Oh, it came out in 2001. This one's 2002, that one's 2004. Yeah, I don't remember anything about any of them, so this is gonna be fun. Alright, this one. This one I remember being pretty easy. This one's gonna be really easy. Even back then, I didn't really struggle with it, to my knowledge. Alright, this is going to set the scene and introduce the characters that we all know and love. Let's go. The First Turnabout. Yeah, so it kind of starts off with the smoking gun. Like, you know, you see who did it. They won't always be that way, though. Let me make sure my Vtuber isn't in the way. He's a little bit in the way, so let's... yeah. Let's see if I can... let's see if I can remember how to shrink him. Oh wait, here we go. I might get really tiny. about there, maybe a little smaller. I'm very small. I am microscopic. All right. All right, that's good. Tiny story. Yeah. All right, perfect. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Oh, hiya, Chief. Oh, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Yeah, Wright is, he lives life on the edge. I don't know why he did this either. It says a lot about you. And your client as well. Oh, I know. I remember why he did. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! My life, everything, it's all over! Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. The story is also the client. The story is every character in this game. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished? I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Aw, Nick, you gotta tell me who took my baby away. No. This guy is a whole other level. He reappears in at least one other game, but he is a whole other level of insane. The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. So this game is it has very cheesy jokes, and that's part of its charm. A lot of the characters are actually puns. So just keep that in mind, yeah. You're gonna see a lot of that. This game doesn't take it takes itself seriously when it needs to, but a lot of times it's lighthearted, just like this. It does really well at going back and forth. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. Yeah. But I know better than anyone. He's a good guy at heart. That, and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. Who, him? Or Wright? Larry is a bit of a dummy. You're gonna see that. That's why I'm saying it's gonna be different once you get to know him. He's a bit of a dunce. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. I'm not any version of Larry. Ahem. Mr. Wright? This is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp. Hand shaking. Eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Larry. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Yeah, like I said, it's not really any legal system. It's gonna be, I mean, there's fantasy in it. It's a mix of fantasy, the United States justice system, and Japan. Like a mix of all three. Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here. Phoenix! Are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim! Of course! I know the victim's name. I, just forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. So yeah, this is the court record. This is basically how you're going to review evidence and answer questions and present evidence. So this is my attorney's badge. No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this. And this is the victim. Time of death, 7:31, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death, loss of blood due to blunt trauma. And here's profiles. Alright. It doesn't look like we can go any further into it. I think some of them can. Let's look at the profiles. Mia Fey, age 27, chief attorney at Fey & Co., my boss and a very good defense attorney. Larry Butts, age 23, the defendant in this case, a likable guy who has been my friend since grade school. I know. And since they were in the same grade, that would mean that Phoenix is probably somewhere in the realms of 22 to 24. Cindy Stone, the victim in this case, a model. She lived in an apartment by herself. Winston Payne, the prosecutor for this case, lacks presence, generally bad at getting his points across. Alright. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cinder Block. It's Cinder Block, Your Honor. Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. We saw that in the autopsy. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. Well, thanks, Judge. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts this into evidence. Yeah. One thing in the United States court system, you can't really do this. This isn't a thing. Any evidence that is to be presented during the court has to be presented before the trial session begins. Otherwise, it can't be used as evidence. It needs to be in the court's possession beforehand. It has to go through like forensics and stuff, all that stuff. Statue added to the court record. A statue in the shape of the thinker. It's rather heavy. Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Hint, hint. Alright, well, let's look at it. Alright, well, that's all we're looking at, because we can't do anything else with it. Pedro! Hey, welcome to the stream! Objection! I take it you've played this game before, or at least familiar with the memes. Hey, dancing dinosaurs! How are you doing? Lamb. I know the memes and I saw some gameplays, but that's all. Okay. Well, I intend to play through the first, second, and third game, and I also have another trilogy of what's his name that I got in a bundle. I haven't played that one before. I have played these like probably over 10 years ago. So a lot of this is really fuzzy in my memory, but I just really wanted to replay them because I look back at these games so fondly. So yeah, a lot of this is going to be fresh. A lot of this is going to be, well, at least some of it's going to be what I remember. But yeah, I love this. I love this series. I love this franchise. All right. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Oh, Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Don't worry, Phoenix. It is going to be bad. Let me just set your worries to rest. It's going to be bad. Mr. Buck, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Yeah, we're starting out strong. There's the motive right there. Hey, watch it, buddy. We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Didn't they all die? I wasn't dumped. She just wasn't taking my phone calls. Or seeing me. Ever. Hey, Rezzy! Have you seen this game before? Or have you seen gameplay of this? I imagine you have. Mark Anthony's still alive. If you... okay, so then you're familiar with him. Yeah, he's gonna say a lot of stuff that he really shouldn't say. I love this series. I'm planning on playing all 3 of the trilogy plus some more once I'm done with this. So I got a lot of Phoenix Wright ahead of me. What's it to you anyway? That's not true. I am no version of Larry. Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies. All of it lies. I don't believe a word of it. Your Honor, the victim's passport. Lies! According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. Passport added to the court record. I'm not lying. I haven't even said anything yet. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7/30, the day before the murder. I know Pedro's got evidence. Oh, well, sure, I'll put that into the court record. Thanks, Pedro. Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. I'm just thinking of Salty now. Just thinking of Salty Mercy now. Sugar daddies. Daddies? Sugar? He's so clueless. Yes, older men who give her money and gifts. Yeah, she was seeing some people. She had her ducks all lined up. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude! He's just... Larry is just blown away by all this. This is just the most new information he's ever received in his life. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Oh, that is disrespectful. That is very disrespectful, Mr. Payne. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Oh, this is he's trying to get him to say something. This is dirty. This is dirty. Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? No, we wanna stop him. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. That's essentially what like a courtroom is. You just try to one-up the other guy. That's Law 101. Oof. Wince. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? Oh no. Larry! Larry, please! That cheating she-dog. So you know how it works, Destoria. Yes. Getting notes? What are you getting notes for? I used to want to be a lawyer after playing this game. That lasted for a couple, 2 or 3 years. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. Pedro, stop taking notes. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I gotta be on top of reading the text whenever it goes by itself. I didn't click for those 2 pieces of text, and I missed the first one. I wish there's a setting I could turn that off, but I just gotta be on my toes. I believe the accused's motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Gulp. Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. See, Mariawi, this is what I mean. He's a dumbhead. He's a dumbhead. This is why I said he's a terrible person to compare someone to. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do? He needs to be honest. Yeah, he needs to be honest. It's gonna come out eventually. There's no way we can just cover up the fact that he wasn't there. I know. I'll send him a signal. Oh, this is gonna go great. Tell the truth. Points finger. Yeah! Yeah, I was there. I went. Order. Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. Just imagine telling the judge that. Dude, chill. He's something else. She wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't steer. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? Yeah, so if he tried to lie that he wasn't there... Dude, chill. No, you chill. In jail. Bye. Gavel falls. Guilty. Yeah, so I didn't remember this, but I can see that if I tried to get him to lie, that would have been bad for him. Because if there's a witness, then they would have known that he was there. The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Saw It. Frank Saw It. There it is. Actually, I think every single name, just about every single name is a pun. Mr. Frank Saw It to the stand. There he is. Mr. Frank Saw It does. Mr. Saw It, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. That's suspicious already! No, I don't think he saw it. Mr. Saw It, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Oh, here we go. Here's the cross-reference. Alright. Now we're getting to the meat of this game. I was going door to door when selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. I already found the lie. At least one of them. Guilty! Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Mariawi, no spoilers. No spoilers, even if you know. Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Guilty. Arrest the attorney! Release Larry. Arrest the attorney. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? No, I'm just saying if you found an issue of what he was saying, then don't tell me. I don't know if you did, but... Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. Okay, tech wizard, Mr. Payne. The phone that Mr. Saw It used was one of those. Pedro. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record added to the court record. Electricity to Mrs. Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Well, Mr. Payne's just got everything, doesn't he? He's got all the things lined up. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Here comes Mia telling me how this is going to work. Cross-examination, Your Honor? Right, you know what that means. This door is not angry with you. That's right. This door is not angry. Alright, right. This is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? What do you mean? This is a major part of being an attorney. I might be an attorney, but I'm a detective. Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Lies on the internet? Someone arrest me! Yeah, someone arrest me already! I've been doing good for too long! Right, meow! Or is your client really guilty? Mia asking the tough questions. How do I prove he's not? You hold the key, it's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Dang, Mia, you're brutal. Okay. Open the court record, then point out contradictions in the testimony. Alright, let's do this again. So, I rubbed it into Storia's face, he didn't like it. So one thing that Mia didn't say anything about, which I'm surprised, is you can actually press the witness for more information. I guess it's because it's not necessary at this point, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Isn't a man leaving an apartment a common sight? I find it odd you would take notice of him. I don't know, he just seems strange to me, that's all. Like he was mad and yet frightened at the same time. Just like a criminal fleeing the scene of a crime. The defense requests that the eyewitness refrain from conjecture. Now, that's an actual thing that court prosecutions and attorneys do. They try to eliminate theorizing because it's oftentimes doesn't mean enough to really consider. Of course, what the witness means is that the man he saw looked suspicious. So what happened next? I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Half open, you say? Yes, the door was open halfway, yes. I watched for a moment, but no one came to close the door. That's odd, in a big city like this, I thought. I see. And what happened next? Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. What gave you the idea to do that? Well, the door was half open, you see. Isn't it only human to want to pee? We climb mountains because they're there. It's the same thing. Truer words have never been spoken. Anyone would look inside. Why did pain cut him off so quickly? So you looked into the apartment. What happened next? Then I saw her lying there, a woman. Not moving, dead. I know exactly what Phoenix is gonna say here. He's gonna ask how he knew she was dead. Watch. Are you sure she was dead? Well, No, I guess I wasn't. But she wasn't moving at all, and there was blood everywhere. I guess that would look fatal to anyone. Very well, what happened next? I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes. I mean, no! Nothing. Okay, what happened next? I thought to call the police immediately. You thought to call the police? Does that mean you didn't actually call them? Thanks for the lurk, Pedro! Enjoy your dinner. Please listen to the rest of the testimony. Alright, Pain. You thought to call the police? What happened next? However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. The phone in her apartment wasn't working? See you, Pedro! Enjoy your day! Or if you come back, see you later. Yes, I mean, no! No, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment. Or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside, tried using that to call, and that phone wasn't working, correct? What happened next? I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. Why use a public phone? Well, you see, I don't have a cell phone. And being the middle of the afternoon, there was no answer at the nearby apartments. Ah, right. What time did you call again? I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. This is where the issue is. I remember from the court record. But we're gonna press him first. 1 p.m., are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Yep, it was 4 to 5. Present some evidence to contradict him. I want to press him on this first. Are you absolutely 100% positive? Yes, it was him. No mistake about it. The witness says he's certain. That's all of it. There must be a contradiction in there somewhere. Examine the court record. If something strikes you as being suspicious, then find the evidence that contradicts his testimony and present it to the court. Alright, here we go. How do you like this, Mr. Saw It? Yeah. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body no body. Thanks, Phoenix. We needed that clarification. To find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? He's wiggling. The anxious wiggle. Oh, that? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Saw it? Why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Oh, gee, that's a really good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one, and their whole story falls apart. Wait! I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? I do that on the daily to story and cipher. Alright. The time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Alright, well I already see the issue with that. But let's keep going. The blackout couldn't have been. But it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Oh, that's so easy. That's so easy. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Right. You know what to do. I've got this one. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. You said heard, not saw? Yes, heard. All I saw was the body lying there. I didn't think to look at anything else, least of all my watch. Isn't that a little strange? So you're saying you heard something, but if you were so shocked by the body, you wouldn't hear anything at all. The witness did say he actually heard the time. It's ludicrous to suggest he wouldn't hear anything. I gotta agree with you, Payne. It is, actually. I have to agree with the prosecution. Witness, continue your testimony. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Are you sure it was a television and not a radio? I don't think that matters. Well, no, I guess it might have been a radio. Incidentally, there was no radio on the premises. There was only one large television. Right. I can't put my finger on it, but something about this seems fishy. So, Mia won't obviously always walk you through, you know, fishy, sketchy stuff. Since it's the first case, it's kind of holding your hand. Something about hearing the television. The witness has testified. He heard the time. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? How do you explain the gap? The witness, can you explain this? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. Video? Yes, that would explain why the time was so wrong. True, true. Right. I think the problem lies someplace else. We agreed that you heard the time at the scene, then. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Are you sure the voice you heard said it was 1 p.m.? Yes, I can practically hear it now. It was quite clear. Mr. Payne, has the prosecution verified this testimony? My apologies, Your Honor. I, too, have only just learned that the witness heard the time. Oh, I'm really sorry. I only remembered it just now. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Well, you just watch it. He's just threatening him. Yeah, you better watch it next time. Not much point pressing him on that one, was there? No, there wasn't. Alright. But we know what, yeah. We know what we're gonna show. The blackout record. There's no way.
Objection!
Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Yeah, Mr. Saw It. What do you have to say about that, huh? You couldn't have heard a television or a video. Gah! Well, the defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Saw It? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Ah! What? Wait, I remember now. Mr. Saw It, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. Beat him up. Beat him up, Judge. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Saw It. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Oh, he's stressing. He's stressing. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. That's already a lie from what you just said. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Oh my gosh, dude. You're not even making it hard. You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. I know. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Yeah. Sometimes the judge is smart and sometimes he's not. He just has off days. Actually, I didn't hear the time I saw it. That strikes me as a very suspicious mistake. Yes, I can see how you'd be a little doubtful. I'm really sorry. I only just remembered that table clock. A table clock? There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? A table clock? Was there a clock at the scene? This is the first I've heard of it. Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. The murder weapon? Yes, the table clock that was used as a weapon. That's what I just said. Did you doze off in the middle of my testimony or something? Oh, now you're getting smart. Now you're getting smart. Something's fishy here. Yeah, it's strange that he knows. There wouldn't really be a good reason for him to know unless the prosecution briefed him on it, but I'm pretty sure that that's not something he can do. that harms the objectiveness of the testimony. That must have been what I saw.
Hold it!
Why didn't you tell us that in the first place? I guess it just slipped my mind. Oh yeah, sure. I'm not really sure how it happened myself. The witness says he saw the table clock. End of story. Now find the contradiction. Alright, was it this one? Yeah. Alright. You ready for this, Mr. Saw It? Take that!
Objection!
Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are? Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock. Your Honor, if I may. Yes, Mr. Payne. As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it, and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted as a statue. My apologies. I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Alright, well, I already see an issue. I'm gonna see if it's the one that they're gonna give to me. Yeah, I know. Do you have any problems with this testimony now? Yes, I do. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Exactly where I was going. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he went into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. I know, I love this. This music is so good. Whenever you're on a streak. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw It. The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Ugh. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day, never. Look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Ah! Shut up, I hate you. It was him, I tell you, I saw him. Yeah, you're gonna see a lot of that. They go a little crazy. He killed her, and he should burn. Burn. Give him death. Order. Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright? Your Honor? You claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? This whole case is riding on this. I better think through it carefully. Alright, let's just continue. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Saw had heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply... try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It's 11:25? You bought it on vacation! It's the wrong time zone! Resi, no spoilers! As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Saw had heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Saw it, try to talk your way out of this one. I'm also the police. I'm the attorney and the police. I'm on both sides. Ha ha ha. You forgot one thing? Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. That's right. How am I gonna prove that? I was so close. Mr. Wright? It seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Saw It. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal. Well, you're now a toupee-less criminal. You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Come save the day, Mia. Not so fast, Mr. Sawyer. Hey, she did. I kind of figured she would. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But, Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes, but that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Yes, I can. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright? You say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. So, it is what Rezzy said. It is that she was in a different time zone. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Well, I didn't know that, but I think this actually canonically takes place in Japan. So if I knew the difference in time zones, I guess I could have pieced it together. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 9 a.m. the next day. There. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? But Phoenix, you and those sick burns. Well, he got immediate rabies and fell over dead. I'd say that's a pretty good fitting end for him. Those immediate rabies, man, they'll get you. Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, is your witness still alive? He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly. How would the judge not know that happened? He was just so starstruck at Wright's incredible attorney skills that he just was completely oblivious to every single thing that happened in the courtroom. And find the true culprit at the same time. We better get used to that, Judge. That's gonna happen a lot. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts. Here it comes. Yay! Don't ask me where they get the confetti or why there's confetti balls at the top of the ceiling, because I can't answer that. And with that, this court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Saw It was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sawit let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sawit grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. And he turned into a murderer. Oh, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Well, Mr. Sawit probably panicked and he didn't want to go to jail. So, yeah, I mean, I can see it. He might not have even wanted to kill her. Maybe he just wanted to knock her out. Or maybe he did. But I can see in a fit of panic why he would do that. I mean, a lot of crimes that take place aren't really, they often don't make sense. I think that's why a lot of criminals actually don't have very high intelligence. They're not educated. Most criminals are not educated, and they're probably very impulsive. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He didn't intend to kill her. He panicked. So I can definitely see it playing out that way. Especially if he was like a common burglar. He didn't really do this elaborate plan. He was just an opportunist. Panic at the apartment. It's the competition to Panic at the Disco. Congratulations! Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. Yeah, she does. She's got some cannons. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. Here he comes. There he is. My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Aw, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait. No, I mean, bad. Bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was a... never mind. Congratulations, Harry. You mean Larry? Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butt's innocent. I don't know if she's doing that on purpose. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner? Movie? My treat. Oh no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present. Okay, so a couple of questions here. I need some proof of that nickname. Yeah, a couple of questions. First of all, why does he have this? And second of all, how does he have this? This should be with the police. How did he get this? This isn't even his. It's not even his property by right. By right. But it wasn't even. He didn't even own it. A present for me? Wait. Wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I mean, that still doesn't fix the issue. I made one for her and one for me. Okay. Okay. Sure. Really? You? You made this? Dang, Larry's talented. Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you wanna just cry? Larry. I'm winning, Magnerd! Actually, I won. One case, anyway. This is the conclusion of the first case. Good to see you here, Magnerd. Yay! Are you so sure? Squeeze me? I think she thought quite a lot of you. In her own way. We love winning here. Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay. I know what Mia's gonna say. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right, Wright? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh, yeah, right! What the heck is she talking about? Alright. So I don't know what angle they're wanting me to go for. I know what they want me to prove, but I don't know what piece of evidence they want me to say. They want me to say that she kept the clock after he gave it to her. Which you can infer from that being the murder weapon. You could also infer it from her taking it with her to Paris. So I don't know whether I should present this or this. I mean, this is kind of morbid to say, yeah, she had it with her because it's what freaking killed her. Oh my gosh, I don't want to, like, get it wrong. Because I know what it is. Is there a customs declaration? You know what? There probably isn't. There probably isn't. So yeah. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this one. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. Objection! Hey, Mosho! You're just in time to see the end of this case. But that's okay. I kind of want to play some more of the next one. How you doing, Mosho? I know! I love this game series. This was one of my favorites in high school. And I still love it. It's good to see you, Mosho. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, Make of it what you will. The story of butts! Mosho! Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Well, I hope so. I proved your innocence. I'd hope you're happy about that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Mosho, I can see you being gumshoe. But Your Honor, I'm too young to lose this case. Objection sustained, Magnard. Really, I am. Thanks. I hope that made him feel a little better. He'll be over this in no time. Larry's one of those people that just pop right back up. They're you know those inflatable like dummies that you like can punch? I had one when I was a kid. And it's like got a weight at the bottom. That's what Larry is. You punch it and he just comes right back up to get punched again. That's Larry. Until he runs out of air and then you have to blow him up again. That's also Larry. Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Yeah. Evidence who? I love Ace Attorney along with Zero Escape and Danganronpa. I haven't heard of Zero Escape, and I have heard of Danganronpa. I've been interested in getting that game, but I need to watch the anime first, and I've neglected watching the anime. It's on my watch list, but I definitely want to watch it. After I watch the anime, I'm probably gonna play the game. But I don't want to spoil myself on the game. I want to watch the anime first. Zero Escape is freaking wild. I'll have to look into that. And what did Magnard say? Magnard, what did you say? I only represent the guilty. I like a challenge. Well, yeah, that's going to be pretty challenging. That's a challenge. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Thanks, Mia. We're getting all Naruto now. Mia has turned into Naruto. That's canon. Zero Escape is a trilogy. The first game is called 999, but it's from each child Zero Escape. Games in trilogy, it's Death Game series. Yeah, I kind of figured it was, especially if you compared it to Danganronpa. I don't know a lot about Danganronpa, but given the title and your comparison to it, that's what I would have guessed. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into that. Eventually, Magnard will get to the reputation of only representing guilty people, and then it's closing case in first 5 seconds. Yep. So yeah, Magnard, like, you don't have to win the case. You just go in there and represent them, and then lose. You know. Yeah, my client is guilty, but I'm here anyway because I just want to be. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Oh, the sadness is gonna happen soon. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. I have max charisma stats, though. The sadness. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Hey, how about dinner? On me. Well, wait, Mia, you could have had Larry pay for all of our dinners. If we're gonna go out to eat anyway, why didn't Larry just pay? Freaking Mia. We'll drink a toast to innocent butts, as opposed to guilty butts. Just innocent ones. Yeah! The funny thing about Ace Attorney is that it's based on the American court system, but less stuff they do in horizontal. Yeah, I was actually trying an ethics thing. He is a client. Yeah, that would probably look bad if they had dinner with him right after. Your Honor, you're looking into a little. I think you should miss the mercy recharge. I don't think the judge would like that. I think he would just have you hold you in contempt if you called him a cutie pie. But yeah, Mosho, what I was saying is, I'm pretty sure Phoenix Wright is based off of the American court system, fantasy, and a little bit of Japanese court system into like this hybridization of the three, which works really well. It doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense logically, but it works for a game pretty well. Well, like I said, the judge is very hot and cold. Sometimes he's a pushover, sometimes he's a no-nonsense kind of guy. You just gotta get him on the right day. You'll see. Oh, speaking of Harry, it's the freaking Harry. I feel like she just... No, she has to know his real name. She's gotta be just screwing with him. You were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah. Part, at least. You have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock he gave Mia. Oh my gosh, Larry. The judge's bias, he always favors the prosecution. It's like, I know, yeah, he does come off that way. He's very trusting of the prosecution. He's always like very suspicious of Phoenix. It's kind of funny and silly at the same time. I didn't know it then. Oh, here we go. But that clock was soon going to be in the center of another incident. Conflict of interest between me and Wright. He's basically Twitter, and allegation means you're guilty. Yeah. It's true. It's true. Poor Phoenix. Phoenix, he just gets screwed so many times. He gets screwed so much. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise I wouldn't be able to keep.